Hi there, it's Paul Rivoche, and it's Sunday night in the Alma Spring. And so here I am thinking about Alex Toth. I thought I'd make a short video about him. And for anybody younger or older who hasn't come across his work, he's regarded as the artist in comics and animation. And this is a book put out by Manuel Ayud, Toth Black and White. It's not going to be the subject of my little presentation here, but just to give people a quick idea who haven't seen his work. He did all kinds of comics, wonderful comics, DC Comics. Worked for Hanna-Barbera Animation on a lot of their classic 60s TV shows. These are his own comics. There's all kinds of them, and in fact his style evolved through the years. This is probably later stuff where he got quite graphic, and not everybody likes that, particularly people who are convinced that detail and tons of super rendering are the epitome of comic book art. And in fact, this doesn't even do him justice, but if you're inclined, you can go look him up. But what I thought I'd do in this video is I had the privilege of corresponding with him for quite a few years on and off. So I've got an entire binder of his letters and postcards, as a number of people do. He really communicated with a lot of people. So I thought I'd read one of his postcards that I've selected. And I mean, this gives you a flavor, again, of what he was all about. And if you're into it, you can just look him up. I mean, on the internet, there's tons of material. And he's respected and emulated and admired by all kinds of artists who get it. So yeah, I have this whole binder where I've collected all my postcards from him and some of my letters, the photocopies I kept of my letters to him. So this is a representative one, dated February 20th, 1998. I thought I'd just read it and see whatever thoughts come to mind. It's not my present address, but he had this incredible lettering that everybody recognizes. And it was a great pleasure to see one of these in the mailbox. You know, I'd go outside in the morning, check the mail, and if there was a postcard back, yeah, you were just like, wow, great, I got to read this and savor it. Sometimes I'd save it and then read it. Because the guy was a master. I was trying to learn, I'm still trying to learn. And you're like, what did he have to say? I got all kinds of stories about that. But in this one, he says, Paul, I'll just leave it like this. Paul, good for you both and baby in old Blighty. He means England. My wife and I and baby daughter Charlotte had gone for a trip there, and I guess I must have mentioned that. I don't think the Asian Studios team have played fair with your Superman, Batman, BG sets, etc. Shortcuts and short shrifts of your hard work-born pieces of mood making. So he's referring to that for many years I worked as a background designer remotely from here in Toronto, doing background designs for some of those TV series. Yeah, Superman, Batman, animated, Batman Beyond, Legion of Superheroes, Justice League, and so on. And I guess I'd sent him photocopies of them. They were tonal pieces. And of course, they have to be simplified when they're sent overseas and turned into painted animation BGs. But anyway, that's what he's kind of lamenting there. I'll try and explain some of this as I go along for people that otherwise might not. They see this wall of text here, and they might be going, what the heck is all this? So he goes on to say, no, I'm still soured by Timm, he means Bruce Timm, and Dini Drac, Paul Dini, schlock, cheat-styled simplicity to mundane, neutered, updated renditions of both shows. He means Superman and Batman, I guess. I never did reply to that Timm letter last summer or whenever, so I'm off his pen pal list. He suspects my mood, I'm told, so he's not written again. Because I can't fake enthusiastic critique of what he and Dini have made of both shows. Weak pap. Alex was not one to pull his punches. And I guess, you know, he scaled the heights of Art Mountain. So in my opinion, you should just shut up and listen, basically. You don't have to agree, but he's entitled to. He earned his critique. by climbing and demonstrating what he could do. And it's not an easy business for any of us who've tried it, the art or the business. He goes on to say, Freakazoids, like cartoon styling that went over the top in diminishing them to formulaic funk. Sorry, old son. I guess he's apologizing to me because he knows I'm still working for them. Yeah, sorry, old son. That was the way he talked. Glad DC's he means DC Comics. Glad DC's wingnuts got off the dime and contacted you. About time, damn it. I'm totally out of touch with Mark Chiarello, who is for many years the art director, of controlling covers and various aspects like that. I'm totally out of touch with Chiarello, everyone there, and have no kudos for their odd, misguided, rudderless, mindless flapping about in print. To hell with them all. No one of any skill is running the show. Comics are in critical need of savvy helmsmen, steersmen, everywhere, but I see none rising from the ranks. I wish you well with DC, be it covers and or interior continuity. He means page art. Show 'em your best, kiddo. I'll always be glad to see copies of whatever you do, Paul. As always, ditto. What any worthy talent's doing to raise and reinstate standards in comics, animation, graphics, storytelling. And that's what some of us are still trying to do in these strange 2024 years of internet warfare and all the rest of it nonsense. But I digress. We desperately need happy surprises of pro-quality breakthroughs, victories, high watermarks, pioneering. It doesn't really follow pioneering, I guess, but you just flipped it over and keep going. I just heard that some savvy Fleetway black and white comics digest collector, and Fleetway was the British, distributor, publisher of wonderful British comics. Sorry if I got that wrong, Brits, but I do love the comics. Just heard that some savvy Fleetway black and white comics digest collector bought 6,000 original pages of the old 50s and 60s art. Ye gods, imagine that. Loaded with great Italian artists, black and white war library types, one of whom was terrific in doing a very fresh, simple, bold Sickles. He means Noel Sickles, one of his mentors and heroes. At least heroes. I don't know if he was mentored by him, but doing very fresh, bold Sickles-like style that knocked me out at the time. I had lots of the digests, so fine, but dunno how I lost them all. Anyhow, none of said cartoonists signed the works, so I dunno who did what. But a glance through that tonnage would turn up lots of this marvelous work. He, and he's put it in quotes, meaning he, whoever this mysterious artist that he admired, and I suspect it might have been Ian Kennedy. Not sure, but I think that was his name. Wonderful artist who passed away recently from Britain. And again, the Brits will correct me if I got that wrong. He drew all the UK War Machine uniforms, combat gear, garb, plus German, Italian, US, French, you name it, materiel, meaning the various gizmos and planes and everything, flawlessly, accurately, plus all BGs, backgrounds, surrounds of war combat areas. Beautiful, neat, fresh, unlabored, simple, open, uncluttered art with that sickle snap. Gorgeous, the best. If you recall, have copies of those World War II tomes, you must know what I refer to. May agree or not. Anyhow, what a treasure trove, eh? And he's signed it Alex T. And then he's put his traditional dead duck here, or on his way to being dead. Sometimes he had the duck like dead and flopped down. And yeah, I mean, like I said, these were wonderful to get. You can see by his enthusiasm, he was not all negative. He has this reputation of being this very negative guy, hated everything, everybody, all that stuff. Well, he was withdrawn in the latter part of his life. There's all kinds of reasons for that. And yeah, sometimes probably he went over the edge, but in my experience, he also showed this side that he had endless enthusiasm for true quality. He could recognize it and state it when he saw it now or in the past. And he was very generous and giving, at least to me personally, and I know other people, in terms of aiding me, making suggestions. In other videos I could get into stuff I learned from him, analysis of his work, even things he told me about my work. But insofar as this has been 10 minutes, I think I'm going to round it out there. I'll do more of these. And thanks for listening. If you know, the classic closing, we're obligated to say, if you like this, please share, comment, like, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build it. And have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.